Hello, BIO178. Welcome to the next installment of our proposal work modules. In this particular module, we will focus on how to write the introduction for your proposal. And why is the introduction so important? Well, it's the very first thing that your reader is going to read in your proposal. And so that's really important because you want to make sure that you're grabbing your reader's interest right off the bat, right? What we don't want is something like this sleepy kitty situation where your reader is not engaged and just they're not really into it at the very beginning. If they're not into it at the beginning, they're not going to have a good mindset reading the rest of your proposal, and they're not going to be likely to fund it, which is ultimately our goal when we're writing these types of proposals. So a good introduction will help us make sure we are engaging our reader and grabbing their interest so they want to know more and read more, and that's what we want. We want to have our reader or reviewer in a good state of mind to help us hopefully get funded. So in this particular module, we have two main learning objectives or things that you'll be able to do after completing this module. The first of those is being able to identify different types of information in an example introduction, specifically identifying information that we're going to categorize as either broad or specific, and I'll go over the details of that in the next video. And the second learning objective for this module is, again, it's a more applied focus. We're trying to prepare you to write your own proposal. So that second learning objective is that you'll be able to compose a roughly 250-word introduction for your previously proposed research aims. So we're building each week, putting in this next step to build towards that final end goal. And in this week, we'll build on what we've done before to write that introduction. And the main assignment in this module, which again is one of those relatively lighter modules where we focus more on our proposals versus content based on our textbook, the main assignment here is for you to write an introduction that again is setting up what you previously identified for your research idea and your specific aims. So last time I used that analogy of the umbrella. For introductions, I'd like to use the analogy of a funnel. And what I mean by that is ultimately your end goal here, your target, is setting up your specific research idea and two aims, right? So that's why we did that part before, because you need to know your end goal in order to know how to set up and frame your introduction and what important information to include there. And I use this analogy of a funnel because we'll provide context for our specific research idea and aims, and we'll do that in sort of a narrowing way as we provide information in our introduction. Again, I'll explain more of that in the next video, but the idea for our introduction is to provide context to set up our specific research idea and aim. And this is important because, again, the end goal for our class is to write a GRFP proposal. So we're giving you skills in each of these modules to help you write a successful proposal. And outside of this class, if you're thinking of going to grad school, for instance, or even many different types of jobs, even if you're not in grad school, required you to do some sort of persuasive writing. So in grad school, that might be in the form of a proposal, and other types of jobs write grants for money too. So even if you don't end up in academia, hopefully these skills that you're gaining by learning how to write these effective proposals will serve you in whatever career you end up choosing.